Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? Third intermission. Podcast is back up. It's been a little minute. It's been a minute. We've all been busy. We've all been trying to sort out times again to get back on the air. It's Avery in the house. Jason and possibly Troy's gonna be joining us shortly. Jason's going on, sir.
Yeah, I'm just here, man. Just here, another day, another dollar. Ready to chop it up in politics, man. Talk some puck, some good old puck.
I hear you, man. I hear you. It's been a fun summer spring summerish in many ways. And the time it is taping right now, I'm just enjoying what's happening in Edmonton now. Being able to see a long Edmonton Oilers Cup run as now the Cup final is set. Florida, Edmonton, and let me tell you, Jason, seeing Edmonton win Game 6, knock off Dallas Stars 2-1 with 10 shots, the tied record for least amount of wins in a conference final game. Boy Almighty, Rogers Place and outside Rogers Place for hours was noise, fans cheering, cars honking, hours on end. It was unreal last night.
Man, I believe you. I'm jealous, bro, because, as a Leaf fan, I wanted that for my city, but, like fucking, man, you guys kind of deserve it still. Like, you guys played well. Like, if you look at, like, who you played, like, you played some tough teams. Kings not so tough, but, you had to go through a hard, like, tough nose, like, different look Vancouver team. And to beat Dallas on home ice, like no one had that on their bingo card, bro. Like I can't you can't tell me that you had Edmonton beating Dallas in six. No one had that. That was a big win for those guys last night. Edmonton, you guys should enjoy it. You guys still suck, but like yeah, enjoy the win, man. Like real shit. Like you guys still suck. I don't like you guys, but I have to give respect where respect is due. Like the big guys from Edmonton, they showed out. Like Leon showed out. Zach Hyman showed out. McDavid is showing out. Like, and it's just not those three guys. You have guys like Henrique and Connor Brown. Like Bouchard is such a gem on the back end. Like these guys are all like playing a team game. And the something funny I seen on Twitter today is that the same mental coach that Michael Jordan had, I guess Edmonton brought him in for Stuart Skinner. And he faced a barrage of shots. Last night was a shooting gallery. I think it was what 36, 38, 10 in terms
Hmm.
of like shots on net.
Yeah.
And what I can honestly say is that Stuart Skinner looked very composed, focused, relaxed. He looked very confident, something that we weren't seeing a lot of like in the earlier part of the season. You know what I mean? Before the great coaching change that Edmonton made. And I think that's a good part of why they are where they're at right now. So yeah, congrats to the Oilers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm jealous of you guys. I wish it was us, but yeah, you guys enjoy that, man. Real shit. I seen a fan crying on the glass, like, bro, like, I want to feel that one day too. Still, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm jealous of you, Avery.
The past 15 or so years has been a lot. Of course, it was termed out here the infamous decade of darkness because people saw a lot of things from the last cup run to 2024. There were, of course, the endless first round draft picks and the success that still didn't come as a collective. I remember this team. I remember the endless jersey tosses, the belief that the goaltending was solved with Victor Fast in net, Jonas Gustafsson. I remember seeing JF Jacques on the first line. I remember the struggles with guys like Tom Rennie, Dallas Aikens as head coach. I just remember how it seemed like it was never going to end, the constant spinning of tires in and out, in and out. And then they found a way to click 2019, 2020. And yes, there were setbacks still, getting swept by Winnipeg in the first round, losing to Chicago in the bubble postseason, the Vegas loss. But they have found a way to figure it out now. And you mentioned the coach you brought in, George Mumford, who worked with Kobe and Michael Jordan. And George's been around the team. I met George briefly. George's been around the entire year working with Stewart, working with the team. And you mentioned that his influence. I definitely think just he's put Stewart and this entire team in the right mind space. And talking to Stewart over the past year here, Jason, win or lose, in large part, the big thing that you've seen with Stuart Skinner is that yes, there have been times where his game wasn't where it needed to be at. He's recovered, he's found his game again. He's never let himself, or very rarely let himself, visually in front of people get angry. He never presents himself as being flappable. He never presents himself as I'm losing control. That's one thing with Stewart. He always presents himself, win or lose, as being very calm in the net and in front of the media.
Yeah, and you need to have that type of demeanor when you're playing for one of the hardest trophies to win in professional sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Grueling. You're putting your body through grueling. You're inserting rods in your leg like Alex Kaloran just to play in the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like it's grueling, man. This is grueling. And yeah, just to see, the positive changes in Edmonton, it gives me hope about Toronto, because Edmonton was a franchise, like you said, that got ran through the ringer, multiple first round draft picks, barely like little to no success for a long time, multiple jersey tosses, like you said, and to be able to embark on a Stanley Cup final. The last team to go to the finals was Montreal. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, just make it count now, man. Connor McDavid, this series, sir, is going to solidify your career, your legacy as one of the greatest NHL Canadian born hockey players to ever play and put on an Oilers jersey next to Wayne Gretzky. Like you have that chance now to take that step. So we're gonna see what McDavid's legacy is defined of. You know what I mean? And this Florida series is gonna be a tough series. Florida is so relentless with the forecheck. They're a team that constantly presses. They're a team that has a crazy trap game when they're ready to play it, and they create a lot of odd man rushes in their favor. Edmonton hasn't seen anything like Florida yet this playoffs. Dallas is pretty close based off of the way they're built, but this Panther team is very, very relentless on the forecheck. They're hard on the puck, and they don't really cheat or quit on any plays. And guys in that lineup is stepping up too. So this is going to be a very interesting two different styles. You have Edmonton, a team who can attack, but at the same time, based off of what we seen last night, can actually play with the lead and hold the lead and shut her down when it matters most. And that is going to be mixed up with a crazy, heavy front end team that can not only score but can play good, efficient two-way hockey and put holes in the middle of the ice. So this Edmonton Florida series, like I know everybody is saying Florida, but like if Edmonton can play every game in the Florida series coming up, like they played Dallas in game 6, they have a damn good chance, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you because I'm a Leafs fan. Like I watch hockey, but if Edmonton can play the way they played Dallas in game 6 at home every game, not just game one, game three. No, every game of the series, if they play like how they played Dallas game 6 in Edmonton, they have a damn good chance to beat the Panthers, bro. Call me crazy, but if you're going to play that type of hockey where you're giving up 36, 40 shots, your penalty kill is playing amazing. So you don't mind going on. You don't want to go on the PK, but I mean, you have confidence on the PK because, you haven't given up any power play goal in 30 chances, right? And you're taking that momentum with you. So yeah, it's gonna be a good series, Avery. It's gonna be a good series. What are your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a very good series. You mentioned Florida. This is a team that, again, Florida, yes, they've played the slower, heavier teams in the Eastern Conference, but you shouldn't sleep on them playing a team like Edmonton that can fly. Florida's a team that is still very strong defensively when it comes to the postseason marks. They're second in the league in giving up in goals against per game, really loud, 2.29 goals per game, only behind Nashville for that category. And you still have Sergei Bobrovsky in net, who has been an absolute rock for Florida in the postseason, had some big games against New York in a conference final. It's gonna be a fun series, and again, and Florida at the right time. They're getting production, they're getting great play from guys like Gustav Forsling, they're getting great play from guys like Sam Bennett, Sasha Barkov. This is going to be Edmonton's toughest series yet on the road to getting another Stanley Cup, Jason.
Oh, 100%. Edmonton can't take no plays off. It just has to be consistency and the key, brother, I told you the key for Edmonton is to play that type of game that they were playing Dallas in game 6 in Edmonton where they were able to clinch a spot into the Stanley Cup final. If you looked at the way they were playing, you could say, yeah, they got outplayed in this category, that category, this cat, but they won the game where it mattered most on the scoreboard based off of the chances they were given. Florida is a disciplined team, but they can become very undisciplined at times. And if Edmonton can exploit that and can convert on those power play opportunities, Avery, I mean, Edmonton has a good shot, a good chance. Connor McDavid right now by far is the most deadliest guy on the power play I've seen in a long time. And I'm talking about like having the puck on the half wall and quarterbacking the power play just based off of his stick handling ability and his foot speed, his vision, his IQ, knowing what that goal yesterday where he broke down the Dallas defender, like I knew he was gonna get the puck there, but I seen the lane, but I didn't think he was gonna take it. And when he started to take the lane, I just started to stand up because I was sitting down, and then as soon as I seen that play, he's going straight to the lane. I'm like, holy crow, this guy actually took the lane. Finish it. I'm saying to myself, finish it. And he actually finished it. I was like, holy smokes, bro. And this defender that was on McDavid yesterday is no slouch, bro. He's not a slouch. He's one of the best defensemen in the NHL. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if McDavid can exploit Florida on the power play and the team can, provide that support, guys like Hyman stepping up in front with the net front presence and, McLeod playing big and physical and Bouchard, like that guy has just been a wild card, like where it just turned into a beautiful diamond gem. Like this guy by far has definitely put himself in a position where he's going to be getting paid at least $6 to $7 million alone based off of this performance in the playoffs. And anybody can argue with me, that's fine. But Bouchard's value has increased, bro. It has skyrocketed based off of this. And it just took Ekholm like a season and a bit, I want to say, to help mold Bouchard and turn him into that guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at Bouchard's game, it kind of does remind you in a way of a young Ekholm, you know what I mean? But it's just more fierce, more vicious. It's more shot attempts. Like, and this is what you need. Like when you're going on a run, you need to be deep down the middle, and your back end needs to be secure. And having Ekholm and having Bouchard as your 1-2 with Nurse to support those two guys when need be. Like, yo, you guys have a great chance, man. I can't wait, bro.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be, and you mentioned up top, well, you mentioned there, who McDavid went through. That was Miro Heiskanen. Miro Heiskanen is probably gonna win a Norris or two before his career is over. Miro Heiskanen is one of the best Finnish D-men in the NHL, and Connor McDavid just went through him like he wasn't even there. That
Yep.
just goes to show how good he's. He mentioned Evan Bouchard right now. Evan Bouchard, when it comes to assists right now, Jason, in the postseason for a defenseman, Evan Bouchard is in some increasing. First of all, getting 20 helpers in a postseason is so hard to do. And Evan Bouchard right now, he's at 21 assists. The only guys who've had more than him in a postseason as a defender are Al McInnes, Paul Coffey, Bobby Orr, and I'm missing one more name here. I'm missing one more name. And Brian Leach.
That's elite company, bro. That company is no slouch company. That's some elite grade A defensemen that were getting crazy points. The guys you mentioned,
Yes.
Paul Coffey, McKinnon, Brian Leach, like these guys are just terrific defensemen, and Bouchard is like in that company. What's the record, and how many does he need to break it?
But hey, one second, Jason. Sorry, I'll correct myself. Bobby Orr did not get 20 assists in the postseason, but still, he's still up with Leach, Coffey, and McInnes for being 20 assist point man
That's
in
insane, bro.
postseason. Like that's
That's insane. When was the last time Edmonton had a defenseman like that, bro? Like Bouchard.
Chris Pronger. Chris Pronger was the last guy
Yeah,
that you could say was of that kind of yeah, and then it's Paul Coffey. He had 25 helpers in the 80, 84, 85 postseason. So that's the record he's chasing, and he could get there. He could get 25
yeah,
assists.
easily, bro. This Florida Edmonton series is not gonna be 1-0, 2-1, 1-0. These guys are gonna fly, bro. They're playing for the cup right now, bro. They're not gonna hold anything back. These guys are gonna fly, bro. Yeah. Bouchard, I think, breaks it, bro. If you're gonna ask me, or I'm just gonna tell you, I think he gets 5 helpers in the Stanley Cup final. My Conn Smythe trophy winner for the Stanley Cup final. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one, bro.
Yeah,
I
no,
think I like Chucky for the Conn Smythe, bro. I don't know. I just like the way he's playing, and he's a pest, but he's just doing the right things, bro. I'm gonna go with Chucky.
like that's the
Chucky for
one.
Conn.
Yeah, like that is the one thing. Like there are so many guys on both sides. There's no clear cut favorite on either side who you could take to win a Conn Smythe. It could be M. Bouchard. It could be Matthew Tkachuk. It could be Connor McDavid. Like there is no clear cut winner for a Conn Smythe this postseason.
There's not, because Hyman is playing terrific too,
Yes.
right? So you could easily throw him in that there. Even Cody Cece, holy smokes, bro. Like as a Leaf fan, I'm not gonna cap right now, bro. I'm happy for Connor Brown and I'm happy for Cody Cece, bro. No cap, bro. Like I'm a Leaf fan, bro. Even Hyman, like I'm happy to see these guys shine, bro. Like and reach like some higher heights, bro. Because they weren't reaching that here in Toronto. You know what I'm saying? Like and to see them be able to reach it, bro, that's good, bro. I'm happy for those guys still.
And just correct one thing. I know people are gonna say, "Hey, did Jason say Cody Cece for the Conn Smythe?" No, he's happy for him. I know some of y'all are going to hear that transition and say Jason said Cody Cece for the Conn Smythe. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they're gonna say, bro. Like, yeah, but no, I'm just happy for the ex-Leafs on that
Mhm.
team right now that are playing for the cup. Even Carter Verhaeghe, even though he wasn't with us for a long time. I mean, like, Mason Marchman as well. Like these guys, they're out there flourishing, So, but yeah, right now, Cody Cece, Connor Brown, they have a chance, man. They have a chance. Edmonton, the Oilers have a chance, bro. You don't know who's gonna win, bro. Like, so I don't know. Like it's tough, bro. I can't even tell you how many games. I'm just happy to be able to see like in a sense, like again, not capping, not being an asshole. I'm happy to see a Canadian team in the cup final still too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Leaf fan, but I have to say this too, because I'm a brutally honest guy. And at the end of the day, right now, just based off of what's happening in the NHL, I'm probably gonna get slack for this. Oh, you're not a real Maple Leafs fan. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I'm just being honest right now. Right now, Edmonton Oilers are Canada's team right now. We can't go around it. These guys are playing for the cup. We're on the golf course. You know what I'm saying? So right now the Oilers they have a chance to, do some history. The last time the cup was in Canada was in 1993 when the Leafs got robbed by Kerry Fraser and Wayne Gretzky gave Doug Gilmour the high stick, and that changed the series. But we're not going to talk about that, or we're not going to stay in the past. We're just we're we're gonna go, we're gonna stay in the present. Right now, the Oilers are Canada's team, and also that fan. And you know why the Oilers are doing so good, Avery? And I'm not gonna lie. I
Uh-oh.
think this is what got the Oilers like over the hump, bro.
Uh-oh.
That lady that showed her boobies,
How did I know you gonna say that?
that lady that showed her boobies ended up being terrific luck for Edmonton. I swear, bro. Because if she never showed her boobies, Edmonton wasn't winning, bro.
See, this is what we mentioned this before years ago. We mentioned this before on a show a few weeks ago. I think it was like last month. We mentioned how fans get active. See, this is different. This is the difference, Jason, between the 2006 Cup run and now, because people were doing a lot of that in '06, in 2004 when Calgary went to the Cup against Tampa. They were doing
Yep.
that, but back then everybody's cameras was all grainy. It was 180p. There was no
Yep.
Twitter. There was no
Yep.
Facebook. There was no IG. Because I said before in the show, some of y'all mommies and daddies were getting wild back in '04 and '06 before
Yep.
social media was a thing. Now you do that now, and yo, I got people who don't even follow hockey in my messages, Jason, sending me that
Yeah.
video and
Yep.
asking me, that's the Edmonton rolls? That's the Edmonton gets down?
Yep. I'm telling you, man. Yo, bro, like the comment section was lit. I seen a couple of like I seen this the same like clip but like different comments and the comment section was so lit. Like holy crow, it changed the series though, bro. Because they just started playing different after that. I don't know. I don't know if they seen the clip or not, but like yeah, they just totally started playing different, bro. They need to give her season tickets and they need to like, make sure she's there in the cup final, bro, for the sacrifice she made for the
No,
Oilers, bro.
no, I know for the record, no team can actually ensure that because I know the league would say absolutely not. There is no way you're making her your good luck charm. But
I'm sorry, Avery. But yeah, yo, man, she's definitely a good luck charm for the Oilers, bro. Like, I don't know.
oh my
I
god, I'll
don't.
I'll say this much. That's a reason why. That's the reason why if you ever at an arena when people like this is the kind of thing like when either at a watch party or at a game. If you're people who are running the cameras, try to find fans in the crowd, this is why a lot of people or those game operators move the camera away from that fan, no matter who it is. The minute a fan starts to even reach for their shirt or their shirt, where their shirts, they will go to the next fan because they don't want to risk that happening. Like
Yeah,
teams
yeah,
are. That's the reason why that video came from a fan video and not from a team actually endorsing it. Because
yeah,
the
yeah,
minute fan even dares reaching for the hem of their shirt, nope, switch fans.
yeah. Yeah. Those camera guys inside the arena that are working the TV can't take that risk, bro.
Not
But
at all.
I came across
Mm.
a picture with that Oilers fan that made that sacrifice and a Panthers fan that did it back like I think when the Panthers went on that run that year when they just came into the league and shit is pretty odd. And then I seen one with Washington when Ovi was there and I think they were playing for a cup. So like these women like they're brave for that, man. They're brave. They're brave. Oh
Again,
man.
like I said, doing that in social media era, doing that in the era of social media where that stuff lives online, you know what? Yeah, that's on y'all because in this era, people who do that, people can find where you work, people can find easily who you are. So
That
that's
part,
why
bro.
you hear people saying, thank goodness I did my nonsense before phones was advanced, before Twitter was a thing. When it
Yep.
comes to those kind of actions,
That was the best time to do it. Now is the worst time. You're you're right. Like it's so easy to find where someone works and stuff like that. But that just goes to show you like how like something so small like that can just change like the atmosphere of like the hockey team that you cheer for because like I think that was after Edmonton gave up the game where they had the 3 goal lead and they ended up losing or something like that. And then they just came back and I think they were playing at home after that. Was that the game at where they had the lead and they lost the lead or was it after that game?
I'm not
I
sure what
can't
game that was. I mean, for when she did that, I'm not sure what game that was exact. I mean, because
yeah,
there was no actual date with that video. The video didn't have a date on it though, which was uploaded. There was an actual date, so we don't know when that was exactly that
when that
video.
was, yeah. I'm because it was a home Oilers jersey and it was in Edmonton, but I'm just trying to remember what
Mm.
game. But yeah, that's crazy, bro. She's crazy. She showed her boobies on national TV, bro. She's wild. Well, not
Well,
on national TV,
in,
but
in the arena,
on
in the arena.
in the arena, and that made its way all over the world, bro. I'm seeing all kinds of American guys post that and everything. Crazy, bro.
Ridiculous.
Be
Oh,
careful.
and
Be careful if you're recording yourself, man, because the internet's no joke, man.
no, the internet is no joke. And going from that to another thing that's ridiculous. Another thing that's ridiculous that we heard about a few weeks ago that was first broken by Steve Dangle. He had broken news that a new Pro 3 on 3 Hockey League was coming, Major League Hockey. And it turned out over the couple of days that this league had more holes in it than Swiss cheese. when it
Bro,
comes
but
to where the money was coming, who was involved, and quickly Steve, other people retracted this being really a thing. And a couple of days ago, we saw the MLH come out with their website, sticking by their plans of a 16 team league launching this fall, wanting three marquee players per team. First of all, Jason, to be taken very seriously, go ahead and misspell marquee on your league website. Yeah, that's how you get people saying you're a real thing by misspelling marquee. They spelled marquee on their site Marquis. Yeah, real professional
so
website.
so is this sounds like a scam, bro. Like, yo, how are you how are you trying to promote a new league, bro, and then have spelling mistakes, bro? Like you don't have like an editing team before you put things on the internet for people to see, bro? You don't have
Right?
editors, bro? Come on, man. Like what the hell, bro?
I
It's professional, bro.
I could not believe that. And yeah, Major League Hockey is still claiming that, yeah, we're a thing. We're gonna have 16 teams. Players can win a $100,000 victory bonus. And they're still maintaining that, yeah, we're gonna have like this thing is gonna be real. They claimed there was backing by Saudi entities. It's like it's just first of all, you're launching in the fall, claiming you're going to have marquee players, and they also claim that they're going to have marquee players, both men and women, in the 3-on-3 league. Now, what you want marquee players? What player from the NHL, the PWHL, or European leagues are going to trust you to jump in this league that's going to be going at the same time as the NHL?
Oh, so they want to. So okay, let me just make sure I have all my ducks in a row.
Yes.
So new ball hockey league
No, no,
and
ice hockey. It's ice hockey. Three on
sorry,
three. Yeah.
3-on-3 ice hockey league. Sorry,
Mhm.
I thought it was ball hockey. Okay, ice hockey league,
Yes.
3-on-3,
Mhm.
and they're saying that they're gonna get marquee players from like the NHL and the PWHL, and they're saying that they can't spell words properly on their website.
You got it.
Okay, can you make it make sense for me so I understand like what's really going on? Because to me, like as a man that grew up around certain things, bro, like this sounds like a scam, bro.
It does.
Yo, bro. Yo, this sounds like a scam, bro. Like the website's not even spelled properly. That's like hint number one, bro. Bro, you're coming out with like a multi-million-dollar league, bro. There's no room for spelling mistakes, bro. Like, how am I supposed to believe this is gonna be a multi-million-dollar league now, and people are actually gonna get paid their bonuses if they win and stuff like that? And you
It,
can't spell one word right, bro.
I I I don't understand. Like, uh, I've I've seen so many leagues, Jason, say they're gonna change the game. They're gonna shake up the status quo. They're gonna do A, B, C. That they're gonna do da 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 da. And either they last a couple of years and they fold, or they don't even make it to game one. Like it's I've seen so many of these leagues say they're gonna disrupt this, they're gonna change that, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Like enough already. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
yeah, that sounds like a bunch of like horse crap, bro. You get whoever's going like me, like being the way I am, I always like look into everything and stuff like that. But like, yeah, this doesn't even sound proper, bro. Like you told me there was a spelling mistake on the website, bro, and they're just like trying to start something, bro. Like if you're trying to start something, you know that whatever you put out, you're not gonna make no spelling mistakes in it.
Yeah.
You're gonna make sure it's perfect. You're gonna make sure it's believable. Like I would believe like, like $1,000 cash prize like for the winning team type shit. But like when you're talking about $100,000, where are you getting the $100,000 from? Like is your business even registered down here? Like, is
Right?
this like even legit and real, bro? Like, yeah, to me, this just sounds like a bunch of pappy show, as we would say back home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pappy show.
Like, uh and they claim, launching this fall and the 16 markets that they claim are gonna be involved is New York, California, BC, Saskatchewan, Quebec, Minnesota, Arizona, Missouri, Nebraska, New England, Oklahoma, Ontario, not no, and there's no cities yet involved, but as far as I know, for most teams, and Texas and Florida. Like, okay, so you got in what, a year or so, whatever, you're gonna try and secure arena deals, players, every other thing. And a lot of these markets, like I mentioned, all these markets, I mentioned places like Florida, Quebec, New England, Ontario, Minnesota. They already have NHL teams, CHL teams, PWHL teams. Why should they care about your thing? Why should they care
Yeah.
about you?
What? And you can't even spell the word right on your website, Marquis. You're spelling Marquis. Like, come on, bro.
Like,
Come
uh,
on. I just think that this is a money grab type flex, you know what I mean? And that's how I'm looking at it, bro. Like
yeah,
whoever is interested or involved, like you can do whatever you want, but just do your research, man. Make sure it's legit and you're not wasting your money, man.
it's
Because this doesn't
ridiculous.
even sound properly, bro. This doesn't
No,
even sound proper, bro.
and there's already a 3-on-3 league, the three ice league, which plays in summertime and has a TV deal with CBS and TSN, and even still. I mean, it's okay. It's only a huge draw because they're playing from players who are European players, retired NHL guys like Michael Del Zotto is going to play this year for the team, and I believe one of the teams this year. But they're getting retired NHL players, free agents from overseas, and when they first launched, there was a bit of a draw, but you can't really sustain an entire league, a summer league, based off of European guys, retired NHL players, because the draw isn't there. So how are you gonna get marquee players from, like, no one's gonna jump from the NHL? Okay, maybe say this thing launches, and say by some miracle it launches. You are not gonna get a top 10 NHL player jumping this thing. You might get a fringe guy. You might get a fringe for the fourth or third liner help stepping up, but you are not going to get an elite NHL player jumping. This is not when the WHA launched. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that. I don't agree. I think this is a dumb idea and it sounds like a scam, bro.
Yeah. Like this is not the days of where guys were stuck to one team forever and Bobby Hull jumped to the Winnipeg Jets. Those days are long gone.
hmm hmm We're in a new era right now, man.
Yeah. Like,
And you made the best point, bro. Like, who's really gonna leave the NHL to go play in the 3-on-3 ice hockey league, bro?
no. Like,
You have guys competing for the Stanley Cup. You think they're gonna say, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna compete for the Stanley Cup. I'm gonna compete at a chance for $100,000." But meanwhile,
yeah,
they're getting deals in the NHL for like $3-4 million. You know what I mean?
it's
Doesn't make no sense.
like the era of the era of competitive leagues or renegade leagues trying to shake up the ecosystem. It's done. Those days are done. There's no place anymore for a WHA or a USFL or an ABA. It doesn't work now.
No, it doesn't. You're absolutely right, bro. Long gone are those days, bro. Back then there was more room to do that, you know what I mean? But now just based off of the way like the world is and how everything is set, there's no room, bro. Like maybe like in the summertime during non-NHL, to help with like players like stick handling and 3-on-3 awareness, if they're not competing for a cup in the summertime and
Mm,
they, go do that for fun, like you know what I mean? Like okay, I could see that happening, but I don't see like a lot of NHLers doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like so how is this league going to be able to sustain itself? And then like you said, arena deals, this deal, that deal, like, it just doesn't seem like it's reasonable, bro. Like in terms of like what they're trying to do and how fast they're trying to do it. It's just not gonna happen. It's impossible, bro.
yeah. Like, all it was good for me was just a laugh, because I'm thinking to myself again, like, ain't no way. Remember, Jason, when the 0405 lockout happened and these investors launched WHA2 to try and be that gap for NHL, and they got a couple of guys in their draft. Like, I remember they had 8 teams, and a couple NHL guys said they were going to play due to the lockout. I remember Ed Belfour committed to playing for the Dallas team. but they tried to draft Sidney Crosby for the Halifax team, and he said no. Like, and that was
Yeah.
2004 during the lockout. Like, if they
Mhm.
had launched in 05 when that ended, they would have gotten nobody. Like, it's
Nope.
timing, place. Like, again, the era of a league that's gonna come in this and that. It's done. It's over.
Yeah.
No one wants to play for a rival league. Like, but today, when there's more money, when there's more credibility, when this era is all you want to play for this league or nothing at all in North America, there's no room for a rival to try and say we can do better. No one wants to
Yeah,
hear
because
you.
yeah, no matter like yeah, that's just not happening, bro.
Yeah.
Impossible, bro. Like we don't like Bettman, and just based off of the way he handles himself and deals with certain situations and stuff like that. But like when you're watching hockey, bro, like to me, to you, to other people that enjoy the sport, like this is the best sport in the world, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? So like there's no other product that could come close to the NHL product right now on the market. You know what I'm saying? and
No.
and that's the same thing with the women's market. You know what I'm saying as well, bro. Right now, like I just heard, I'll transition to it because I seen it on Twitter. But yeah, I just heard like how they're increasing like the pay for first round picks in the PWHL, and that's a good thing because if they're doing that for first round picks, that means that everybody's gonna get a slice of the pie, which is well deserved. So you know what I mean, like how are you now gonna try and create now a new PWHL when you already have one taken off and about to reach higher heights? Like there's no room for it, like you said, bro. Whoever these guys are should just invest in something else. Maybe take that money that they have and maybe try to like buy a team or something like that. You know what I mean? Like do something like that. Apply for a franchise in a different state or something. Like nobody's gonna be in this league, bro. And if it's gonna be people in the league, it's gonna be like old timers, like Yager and those guys. You know what I'm saying? Their top star is gonna be Yarmir Yager if he decides to leave Europe, and I don't think he'll do that.
No,
Right?
not at all. It's like it'll be like I mentioned with Free Ice, where you got a couple of retired guys who sort of but they want to play it. They want to play an easier, I guess, well, quote unquote, a less physical version of hockey. Like Michael Del Zotto, he's coming out to play Free Ice. It's not the NHL, but he wants to still stay in shape. You might those are the kind of guys you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You'll get the guy who retired a couple of years ago, the okay NHLer who still wants to play but doesn't want to commit to a 5-on-5 league. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah. That's not really the cream of the crop. You know what I'm saying? Like, so good luck with that, buddy. Let me know how that goes.
I again, if this league gets off the ground, I'll come back on this show and apologize. But until then, I'm very. Until then, nah.
Yeah, like it's one of those nas, bro. Like, yeah, I don't see that vision either, bro. Like, I'm not even lying to you, bro. And I'm a pretty optimistic guy, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see that vision at all. I don't,
No,
bro.
not at all. And going from that league to another league that's done very well in year one, the PWHL just finished up the Walter Cup, a thriller of a championship series. Minnesota and Boston duking it out. Won the distance, all 5 games. Minnesota taking game 5, 3-0. And that was a first of all, that was the series that I'm glad it was Minnesota Boston. Full credit to Minnesota battling back in the first round of the PWHL playoffs to get that series win. Minnesota and Boston, two amazing teams in this league. And we mentioned how game 4, that was a game that went to double OT thriller. And we saw the drama of that because it looked like Minnesota had it won. Sophie Jakes, OT winner, and the goal didn't count. Minnesota celebrating, cheering, benches emptied, gloves off. And then they reviewed and realized there's goaltender interference. And I'm thinking to myself, watching that, Jason, how sick do you got to be to know that that goal comes back? You got to pick up all your sticks again, all your gear again, and then Boston goes and wins that game. If I was on the Minnesota bench, even though Minnesota did win game 5, if I was on the Minnesota bench there for game 4, I'd have been sick.
No, they had no other option but to win Game 5 after that shit, bro. I seen that. So it was 50-50 on the goaltender interference call, right? Like from my eyes, like I want to say there was some, but then I want to say like it wasn't enough to like overturn the goal. But like I guess they disagreed with my thoughts. They're the professionals into that situation, and they made the call. You know what I mean at that time and the point. But yeah, Minnesota seen that and they went through that experience and emotion, and they came out in the next game. They came out hot, bro. They swarmed Boston. They were all over Boston. Boston pushed back at times, but Minnesota, you could tell, was the hungrier team, and they just wanted it a little bit more. And that's the team who I wanted to win just because they beat the best team in the league, right? And I remember saying, like, if you beat the best team in the league, that means you gotta, defend the championship. And they actually finished the story that they started after they beat Toronto down 2-0, So yeah, man. Shout out to Minnesota for the first ever championship in the PWHL. Congratulations, lady. All the ladies that were involved in the season, playing hockey in the league, man. They all did a wonderful job. There was never a dull moment in that league, and every game was action packed. Like you're watching and you're just sitting off the edge of your seat because you don't know what's gonna happen next. You don't know who's getting elbowed in the mouth in the corner. Like it was so fun to watch women play the sport that way. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Shout out to the women, man. They're doing big things, and the future definitely looks bright, and bigger things are coming. So yeah, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
No, of course.
Amanda
So,
Kessler went in the draft too. I wonder where she's gonna go, bro. Because
right?
now she's gonna be a problem. I think she has a better shot than her brother, bro. But that's just me though, bro. That's just me.
You know
But
what?
yeah, she has
Hey,
a shot, bro.
you're not alone. You're not alone in saying that though. You're not alone. So,
Yeah, and like just her release is just like
right?
so different, bro. Like holy smokes. Like and then you have like all these like other like women from Europe like that are young that are gonna come in the league too, right? And spice it up and bring that European finesse type style to North America, on an open ice type surface. So the league is just gonna get faster and better and stronger, man, as the years progress, bro.
No, exactly. You mentioned the draft and the 2024 draft for the P-Dub. It's gonna be fun. That draft happening in Minnesota. You got Sarah Fillier eligible. You got Danielle Sodakny, who scored the game-winning goal in the World Championship. Danielle Sodakny out of Colgate, the Edmontonian. You got Kayla Barnes. Like this is gonna be a fun draft coming out for the P-Dub. And we mentioned how Minnesota won. Minnesota scoring. Taylor Heisey, great postseason for her. 8 points in 10 games. Sophie Jakes steps up in the postseason. Again, Sophie Jakes, a black hockey showed out with her performance. Black
Right?
hockey excellent stepped
Right.
up once again with Sophie Jakes in her performance for Minnesota this postseason. And then Nicole Heisley, Maddie Rooney, great performance in the net for Minnesota this postseason. So the P-Dub, there's a lot of good things to be looking forward to for the PWHL going forward. And I know the league did mention that their expansion is not on the horizon in the future. So maybe not anything in terms of an expansion team or teams in 2025, but hopefully 2026, we do see an expansion because again, I see on Twitter all the time how there's so many markets, fans who want teams. So there isn't I mean, it's be more about getting the right people involved to operate these teams, but the demand is absolutely there across this continent to get more teams in the league, Jason.
Yeah, no, and they need to try to work on this because the league is good right now, but this is something that you have to expand on, right? What are we at? We're at 8 right now, right?
Six
Eight,
teams.
six, sorry, 6. All right, yeah, we need to try and get that to 8, bro. If not 8, 10, but we need to increase the different markets that are in the league to expand it to help it grow. And I understand the issue is financial backative, but the people that have the funds should be stepping up and wanting to jump in at something like this, not only for women's hockey but for all the little girls out there who look up to to women who play hockey. You know what I mean? So like this is a chance and an opportunity here where the people that have control and the power and the money should be able to, you know, come together and help expand the league in a way where it can progress and we can get more women involved and more different markets involved, and we could just spread the game and let everyone like try to enjoy the game the same way. Like especially like women's hockey on this level, like getting this type of media attention and coverage, you know, like at the Olympics, like when the Olympics happen, we're gonna see a lot of like women that are gonna want to make that crossover. Like, oh, okay, there's an actual North American league for professional hockey for women. Yeah, I want a piece of this, right? So don't just wait till the Olympics, man. Start now and work on a plan to expand the league, man,
Mhm.
because it's only going to get bigger and better and it's only going to grow, right? Yeah, you have certain, you mentioned a few ladies who are going to be in the draft this year, but then what about the ladies who are coming up next year? You know what I mean? And then the year after that and the year after that. So yeah, you want to kind of expand this now while it's hot, man, in my
We'll see how it's gonna go. And I don't think the PW will be a single entity league forever. I do think this is my thinking. They're going to eventually sell off individual franchises, so this league will not forever and ever on man be a single entity league. But yeah, the demand is gonna be there to expand to 8, 10, 12. I know pie in the sky, long term thinking one day it becomes a 24, 26 team league, but that's a long ways away. But if in the next few years this can become a 12 to 14 to 16 team league, I would love that because we see on social media how there's the demand to get teams in markets like Chicago, Pittsburgh, Detroit, and of course expanding westward. Because I said before, I would love to see a Western Conference where you have an Edmonton, Calgary, Winnipeg, Vancouver, Seattle involved, markets that have a long history in women's game.
Yeah, no, and this makes the most sense, right? You'd want a west, you'd want an east, you'd want like a north, and maybe like another like a metro type style division, you know, and you'd want that type of the flow like to the league, bro. So like time will tell, man. It's gonna take a minute, but I know they'll get there, bro. And this first season, in my opinion, was a great success for the women that were involved and all the people that were involved, like down to the production teams and stuff like that that were involved, you know, like bringing us the footage on TV and shit, right? So like, yeah, man, they did a wonderful job and just keep up the good work. And yeah, man, we hope you expand and grow, bro, because the
Mhm.
potential is there.
Yeah.
Real thing.
Yeah, and my last point, the exposure, the attention. I big ups to the PW putting games on YouTube and letting people watch the replays online for free. I
Facts.
love the fact that you didn't put your games entirely behind a paywall, along with having games on regional networks and on TSN, CBC, taking away the geo blockers in large part by putting games on YouTube, so more people can watch a game online, at home, on the go. Because
Yeah.
sports is becoming people aren't like they used to, as we all know, Jason. People aren't always sitting down in front of the TV at home watching a sporting event. They're watching a sporting event on the road, on the go, at work, at the gym, whatever. We watch more sports. We're in this is the largest era of for people watching sports highlights or consuming content on mobile devices away from the house. So the fact that the PW has allowed people to watch more games away from a TV set, a major win.
Oh, huge. Gary Bettman, I hope you're taking notes, man. Because if you want to win over your fan base, because I could tell you something, Mr. Bettman, like you may like appear to have a high approval rate, but like the real fans know your approval rate is not the greatest. But this would be a step in the right direction. Like if you made the games like accessible for us after the games are over, for the guys that have to go to work or the people that are affected by geo blockers or regional games or the people that are forced to spend like $500 to buy like a center ice package and stuff. Like, yeah, man, you take notes, man. That's a good look. You know, I didn't even know that the women were doing that, but that's like so smart, bro. Like, you know, like being able to access a game that happened last night in its full entirety, bro, instead of like being forced to watch like a condensed version of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like
it's
that's
yeah. A lot into it's really more just the entire deal. Like the entire and the TV deal is gonna be that's gonna be it's like a couple more years before that whole TV deal is gonna be ending. But yeah, the fact that the PW got it right from day one, it's a thing that I've been an advocate for a long time, Jason. The NHL should have a weekly game, a game of the week on YouTube, a YouTube game for weekly. Make a and maybe Amazon, maybe we'll get that with Amazon or other platforms in the future. But the NHL should have a weekly YouTube game of the week. Have an NHL YouTube division. NHL has their own production crew, their own commentary team, their own analysis team, and just a YouTube game free to air. That's how it should be for a mobile users. That's how you grow the game. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, like MLB had a YouTube game. I mean, it was mixed reception, but I applaud MLB trying to put their games on YouTube. And
Yeah.
The WNBA, they've now started putting games on X or Twitter. I love the fact that the WNBA is putting the games live on Twitter. I
Yep.
think that would
Because
be, yeah. Go ahead, Jay. Yeah.
no, I was just gonna say because they're growing the game. They got it right, bro. And now look how entertaining women's basketball is with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. That same college, the Bayou Princess or whatever they call it, right? Something like that. But yeah, like that beef, like you would only know about that beef if you're watching college, but to be able to see it play out like on Twitter, just like in real life, bro, like that's awesome, bro.
Hmm.
Like the NHL would never do something like that and put a game on Twitter for free. Like, okay, granted they came with like the cartoon article drawings type shit, like like how they have the cartoons and like when teams are playing each. I think it's like the future game or the who's doing it? Kevin Weeks was
Yeah,
doing it.
ESPN, yes, when they've had their when they have
ESPN.
the big city greens games, yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was pretty good, but like, sometimes like people like fans, want to be able to watch it on Twitter or YouTube, man. So like, come on, Batman, man. You got to do something to grow the game, man. You're letting like WNBA and PWHL pass you, bro. You're making more money, yes, but like in terms of like pleasing your fan base and making your fan base happy, like, yo, you're definitely behind in that category, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion.
So we'll see how things go. And I just saw actually before we go, I'll give you one more thing. I'm actually gonna put. I don't know if you saw this, Jason, but it appears that the year one placeholder identity for Utah NHL has just dropped. It was on Twitter
Uh-oh.
earlier today. And
Uh-oh.
it was sussed out by Ryan Miller. Ryan Miller covers the Utah Jazz for KSL.com. He's a Jazz beat writer, and he's going to also be covering the Utah NHL. So
Mm-hmm.
he found I put in our group chat in our show chat how he's discovered the Utah branding for year one, which will of course be without a proper nickname. So year one, they're going to be known. It appears as the Utah Hockey Club or Utah HC. The colors are going to be blue, light. It looks like it'll be light blue, white, and black. And there's a few different logos that have come out. One is a circle, one is in the state of Utah, one kind of mimics the Utah Jazz word mark. Makes sense considering they're owned by Ryan and Ashley Smith, who also in Utah Jazz. So there's some synergy between the NBA and NHL teams. So what are your thoughts, Jason?
You know what, bro? I think that like for an NHL team, bro, that's just complete garbage, bro. I think that's complete, and I'm gonna say this, bro, because based off of how much money the team is making and stuff like that, you have a little bit of time. You could have thought about something to put on the jersey that associates itself with the state of Utah, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Utah Snowman. I like the Utah Yeti. I like that shit. That would have fit pretty well. It would have been a cool logo, like, and you could have had like a mascot, like a Yeti as a mascot. Like it would have been so easy, but like simple, but still be efficient. Utah HC, bro. This is the NHL, brother. This is not like the HC and stuff. Like that's cool for Europe and stuff, but like the NHL, you want to have like a team identify something with the state. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't like it, and I think that this is just lazy. Like these guys are just lazy guys, bro. I think that's a disrespect to like the players of that organization, bro, because they should at least have a team. They should not go into the NHL season as the Utah HC, the Utah Hockey Club. No way, Jose, bro. a big league like this that makes how much money, bro? And you mean to tell me that you can't give them a team name and a logo and a mascot, bro? Come on, bro. Come on. I'm very disappointed, Avery. I don't know how you feel, sir, but I'm disappointed, bro.
You
I'm
know,
very disappointed in that.
I do find one thing weird is that how Ryan Smith mentioned how he's narrowed it down to four names, but we're still gonna be Utah Hockey Club for year one. And again, I know it's not easy to come up with branding, logos, name, and everything else, but if you remember, Jason, when the Atlanta Thrashers moved to Winnipeg, became the Winnipeg Jets, they had they had the Jets. Well, of course, well, I think it was always well, we had the Jets name, even though they teased not being the Jets. The Jets name rebranding from the Atlanta Thrashers to Winnipeg Jets. The name, colors, branding were all sorted out in time for training camp when they announced the name in June. That all happened in a matter of a few months, which it got the name, branding, everything settled in time for October after it was announced in May, June. So I'm finding it interesting how Utah group is saying they need another year to get that all sorted out and right. But my thing is this: that you have one chance to get a first name right as a franchise. What if you pick the wrong name next year? More time doesn't mean you pick the right name.
Well, this is my thing too. Like you okay, so it's not like they didn't know what was gonna happen. The players maybe didn't really fully grasp what was gonna happen, but like management and the upper level knew what was gonna happen.
Of course.
So when you know something is gonna happen, you gotta prepare like the next plan and the next steps. Okay, so we're not gonna be the Coyotes anymore. We gotta start working on a new name before this is announced. Like you would think that's how their brains would be trained to like think. You know what I mean? Like you can't wait, like you said, to pick a name for your team because it could be a name that has no relevance to the state or the team. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Utah is like a nice state, I would say. Like you get snow down there sometimes, you have mountains, you have the Utah Jazz. Like it should have been a name, or it should be a name associated with like the Utah Jazz or the snow or the mountains, and like something, the abominable snowman of Utah, something, bro. Like you can't go into the season as Utah HC, bro. That would suck in a big way, bro. That's a disservice to the players of the franchise, bro, and the organization, man. Like
Well,
you can't do that, bro.
my thing, it would never happen due because it's already a similar naming scheme for a different team. But what I wanted, when I heard about the Utah move, I would have loved to have had the Utah Golden Eagles because Golden Eagles goes back to when they had an IHL team. They used to be the affiliate for the Flames, the California Golden Seals. That was the Salt Lake Golden Eagles. They were Utah's first real big hockey team back when they were playing in the IHL. Obviously, now you can't have a Golden Eagles and a Golden Knights in the same league. You can't have that. It's too much of the same naming scheme. But my pick would have been the Utah Golden Eagles.
Yeah, that would have been cool still. Like even the Utah Eagles, if we can't use the Golden Eagles, something, bro. Anything beats Utah HC at this moment, bro. Come on, man. You're in the NHL. You're gonna really have a hockey club, Utah Hockey Club, bro.
I think
Like
I think I think it works. Here's the thing. If you lean into being a team that wants to play off of European hockey culture, I think that could work. If you want to be a team, if you want to be North America's version of HC Davos or a different team in Europe, that
this
could
guy said
work.
it's
If you
Davos.
want to, if you want to be that culture, but if you just
Yeah.
take an HC Utah and mimic none of that culture, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you have a point still, but I just think that like you need a name for a franchise, bro. You can't just you're moving. That should have been done, bro. Like I don't know. I'm not happy with this right now. Maybe I'll warm up to it, but right now I'm not happy, bro.
Mhm.
I'm really not happy with this.
I think Ryan Smith and company. I think they're overthinking it. I think they're overthinking it way too much in terms of we need another year to get it right. Because again, you can wait until 2025, but if the name sucks, then people are gonna still get on you if the name is terrible in a year.
Exactly. It's better to just do it now and done instead of waiting to do it and then, like you get more backlash, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the Utah Yeti the best. When I seen that, I for sure thought that's what it was gonna be, bro. Because to me that tells me about Utah everything I need to know. Mountains, snow, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, they have the Utah Jazz in the NBA. You know, Salt Lake City had the Olympics, so like they have ice surface there, so on and so forth. So yeah, you have good winters down there. So yeah, man, Utah Yeti, yeah, snow animals in the mountains, because in the mountains you have snow animals and stuff like that. So yeah, that makes sense. But I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I wish
So
them luck, bro. I'm not happy. Telling you, I'm not happy with it, bro.
yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how this one plays out, and we'll wrap things up here in the third intermission. Jason, any last words for people, them?
Oh man, enjoy the cup final. Make sure you guys are drinking water. Next couple of days are gonna be hot. You guys have a good work week. Stay blessed. You know what I mean? And wish you guys nothing but love and peace on the way out.
Of course. All right. Well, we'll be back here again next week. It's gonna be a fun cup final. We'll see how things go. Until then, thank you for allowing us some grace space in between your head top. For Jason, I'm Avery. Deuces.
Peace.
And drink your water.